Greeting Warrior fans and welcome back to the Warrior Weekly Show. I'm Sports Information Director Mike Stetson, and I know it's been a few months since we last sat down with you, but with the new semester well underway, we're back in action with the help of Wall TV staff and the Waldorf Communication Department. So who do we have on this week's show? Well, despite the snow on the ground and the sub-freezing temperatures outside, your Warrior track and field team is in the middle of its first of two seasons, as they've been beating the frosty weather by competing indoors the last few weeks. We'll be chatting with two of the early season stars for Waldorf in junior multi-athlete Zach Morel and freshman distance sprinter Hannah Perry. Both are first-year student athletes here at Waldorf, and yet both have already written their names into the pages of the Waldorf history with school records in the first two meets of the winter season. Both also have been busy competing all year long, as Zach played football for Waldorf in the fall, while Hannah ran cross-country for the Warriors. We'll talk to both about the track and field season, how it's gone so far this year. We'll talk about their busy schedule as two-sport athletes, and what's in store in the weeks and months to come for both teams and the talented Warriors. That's what we've got in store for you this week, fans. So now it's time for the Warrior Weekly Show. Welcome back, fans. As we mentioned, tonight we're joined by two of the stars from the Warrior track and field teams in record setters Zach Morel and Hannah Perry. First, we're joined by Zach, a junior from Oceanside, California, who transferred to Waldorf from Palomar Community College in California. Zach played football this fall for the Warriors as the team's punter and as a wide receiver. On the gridiron, he caught 24 passes, he ran the ball 3 times, and scored 4 touchdowns for Waldorf, while also averaging 35 yards per punt in 10 games. Switching over to track and field just a few weeks ago, he won the 60-meter hurdles in his debut meet at the Cornell College 2 weeks ago, and last weekend at Wartburg, he set a school record in the heptathlon with 4,417 points, which also is an NAIA national qualifying mark that ranks Zach number 10 in the nation currently. Zach, thanks for joining us.
How you doing?
Good. Tell me a little bit about how the season's going so far for you guys in track and field.
It's starting off really good. We've been strong in every event with everybody running. So for starting off now and the stuff that we have working with, it's actually a really good season so far. I'm really excited.
What drew you to Waldorf?
I got recruited here for football first, so that's kind of what brought me here. And then I really wanted to run track too, so I wanted to be a two-sport athlete.
You went to a junior college. Did you look at other schools before Waldorf, or was this your best option?
I had a few other schools for track and a little bit for football, but none of them were really offering two sports. And my mom played two sports, so I really wanted to play two sports in college. So this is kind of like my best option, and I really enjoyed the coaches, so that's what kind of drove me out here.
Now, what was it like last week? You hit the NAIA mark and set a school record in the heptathlon.
It was actually really shocking to me because I didn't know the score at first. So once the meet ended and coach came up to me, he's like, "Hey man, congrats!" I was like, "Cool for what?" And he's like, "You set the record," and I was like, "Oh sweet!" And I really just want to know where that ranked me in nationals because I really want to go to nationals. So I was really excited where I found out where I was ranked, and I can't wait for the rest of the season to keep going.
How tough is it? I mean, being a heptathlete and decathlete come summertime or springtime, you don't know really where you're at. Do you have any idea how you're doing in a competition?
Yeah, throughout the competition you can see where your score's at, but you got to kind of base everything off of what your best event is to your worst event, and then you got to figure out where everyone else's best event is. So it's kind of nerve-wracking each event you go to because you never really know if you have a bad jump or a bad run. It'll drop you in the standings more than you expect, but it's exciting. That's what makes it fun.
Talk a little bit about track and what's your best event out there?
I would have to say my best event so far is hurdles. And probably the worst event is pole vault. Didn't really pole vault in high school. Don't really have a place to pole vault really right now until we go outdoors. But it's getting better as the weeks go on, so I'm excited.
And you almost cleared like 10 feet in pole vault.
Yes.
How do you go from not pole vaulting to being able to do it? Because it seems like it's extremely tricky.
I got a great coach helping me out. He's really helping me out with getting my steps down and helping me understand what I have to do, even though I don't have the facility like all the other schools have. But we're working with what we got, and it's just getting better as the weeks go on.
So which do you enjoy more, track or football?
Oh, football. I love football. Track, it's just kind of a sport to make sure I stay up on my grades, and it keeps me in shape, ready for football season. So I really enjoy it. It's not a bad thing, but if I had to pick, it's football.
No offense, Coach Green. I mean, he did hit a national mark, so he's good at both. How much does track benefit your football playing?
Helps a lot. It keeps up with my speed, helps me get faster. Builds up endurance, especially with doing multis, keeps me ready to go. Especially with throwing, I'm gonna have to lift a lot more, so it keeps me ready. Like I feel like I stay in football shape once the season comes back around.
A lot of other guys on the football team do track. Does it help them kind of in the same way, you think?
Oh, without a doubt, track for any football player helps because it's speed, especially most of the positions, it's speed, and then if you're a big guy and you're a thrower, they keep you strong. So any event you do is gonna help you out.
Talk about what you're studying here at Waldorf.
Right now I'm studying for criminal justice. Both my parents are police officers, and it's just kind of something I grew up into, so I was kind of like, looks fun to me, so.
Is that what you're going to do after graduation? You think go into police work or something else?
I would like to go into police work, but I really enjoy coaching, so I talked to a few coaches back home, so hopefully when I'm done I'll have some type of police work and then be able on the side help people out with coaching and stuff.
Have you thought about like moving some of your classes into the coaching arena?
Yeah, I have, but I really want to focus on criminal justice because that's kind of like my main thing where I know I can get a good career out of it, and so I'm going to keep focusing on that, and then when I get the chance, I'll keep going with coaching.
How tough is it now? We talked about you play football and you do track, and track will go through till May.
Mm-hmm.
So how tough is it to be a full year-round athlete in college?
At first I thought it was going to be a lot harder, but once you find a little rhythm and everything kind of becomes routine, it settles down. So like your first 2 weeks is definitely rough because you're trying to figure out your classes, you got to get the schedule down. But after that first 2 weeks, it just kind of routines out, and then it's not too much stress until you got to study a lot more when it comes to tests and stuff. But it flows once you get the flow of it.
Did you do both sports at Palomar?
Yeah, I actually didn't have a men's track team, so I had to run unattached. So I would practice a little bit with our girls team, but other than that, if I had to go to a meet, got to meet by myself, run by myself, and it was just very lonely when I was running track at my JUCO.
But you had a chance to get used to this full year of competition.
Yeah.
It's got to be nice too, being a competitive guy, to get to compete year round.
Oh, 100%. Keeps me in focus with everything, so I enjoy it a lot.
What are your goals for this track season?
Nationals. I want to go as far as I can. I know I got the coaches, I got the friends around me that are going to push me to everything, and it's just up to me to make sure I stay focused on the right track.
Well, it looks like you're in great shape, number 10 in the nation, so we hope to see you at Nationals in March, and I guess in Nationals in May again
Yes,
as well.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank you for joining us, Zach. Good luck the rest of the season. And now it's time to chat with your teammate, Hannah.
Thank you.
Now we're joined by freshman sprinter, Hannah Perry, born in Lake Charles, Louisiana, now calls Houston, Texas home. Perry's competitive collegiate career began in the fall as she ran cross country, where she was 39th at the NSAA Championships in November. After getting her endurance training done, racing 5 kilometers in the fall, Hannah moved to the track this winter, where she shattered the 400-meter record in her debut indoor meet at Cornell College, then shaved another second off her own 1-week-old record in the 400 just last weekend at Wartburg. Hannah, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Same question I started off with Zach. How is the season going for the track and field team for you guys?
So the season's going very well. I'm liking how my races are going. The competition level seems to be going up, so I'm looking forward to that.
Tell me a little bit about track and cross country. Which do you enjoy more?
I have to say I respect them both, but track season, it moves a little faster pace. I'm able to weigh each meet and see exactly how much I'm looking forward to practicing and just getting better at each meet. Yeah.
And you're not running 3 miles in the snow.
Yeah, 3 miles in the snow. That was something.
What was that like in November, the championship snow-covered course?
Honestly, it was fun because it was my first time seeing all this snow, but you really have to it's mind over matter, and that's basically how I got through it. Also, I had a great team supporting me throughout the race. The track students also came out to support, so that was very kind.
Talk a little bit about coming to Iowa from Louisiana/Texas. What brought you up here?
The weather, No, I'm kidding, of course. I was actually introduced on a scholarship, track and cross country, academic partial, so I was really honored to just come here and be surrounded by a lot of athletes. I like that too, and that's really why I came here.
It's got to be a big adjustment. Did you look at other places, or was this the best option?
So there were a few other options I had in mind, but the scholarship I just had to come from that scholarship. They really seemed to care for their athletes, and they saw my potential, and that's why I came.
Now, did you do other sports growing up aside from just running?
Actually, I did. Yeah, I played basketball. People told me that they wanted me to do volleyball. Never did that though. I wanted to try a variety of sports, but I tried basketball, track, cross country. Yeah.
Were you pretty good at basketball, volleyball, that stuff?
Nah, you could probably say I was a ball hog in
really?
basketball. Yeah. So I just couldn't be too aggressive, so that kind of wasn't my sport.
Ah, I see. Okay. Now, what are you studying here at Waldorf?
So I'm studying criminal justice.
Now, you're just a freshman, so it's probably a little bit early to talk about future plans, but have you thought about what you're going to do when you get done with college?
Definitely. From birth, it's like you're deciding what you're doing for the rest of your life. So I've thought about being a forensic scientist. Of course, if track can take me along that road, then I'd like to do that as well. Again, I like to do a lot of stuff, so forensic science, though, really draws me in.
Are you really good at science?
Not the best at science.
Really?
Even though my major is criminal justice, I need to get into biology as well for what I'm really looking into.
I mean, aside from what I see on CSI and stuff like that, I have no idea what that would entail, but it sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it's like putting the puzzle pieces together.
Very cool. So now, what was it like? Well, let's start off with the first meet. What was it like breaking a school record in your first meet out?
Yeah, like Zach said, I didn't actually know I beat the record at first. One of my teammates, Kyla Jackson, she was like, congratulations. I was like, oh, thanks. But I was like, what for? I mean, I thought she was just, being a great teammate like the rest of the teammates, just congratulating me. But she told me I had beat the record, so that was nice to know, even though I constantly will have higher expectations for myself. But that was good improvement for the whole team, the school.
1 week later, a second faster. So did that become like the goal now? Okay, now I have to go faster and faster and faster?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to kind of be my expectation throughout the whole meet. I have certain goals that I'm trying to get to, so regardless of how I do it each meet, we're trying to get some type of improvement each time.
Talk a little bit about the 400 itself. Now I'm assuming, since you set the school record in that, that's your event. That's the one you like the most.
That right along with 800. So keep in track with me, and you'll see that in the 800 there's going to be some heat for that as well. But for the 400, 2 laps for indoor track. But so you have to, again, it's a different type of race. You have to think about it kind of like an 800, but as well as keeping it at speed. Yeah, the 400 is definitely one of my races.
I hear people in that do the 400. Some of them say you go flat out and just try and endure for the race, or is it more of a strategy race?
Yeah, you can throw in some strategies, but sometimes I do have to just go in there and see what I can do.
Very cool. What are your goals for the rest of this track season?
Yeah, so for the rest of the track season, I'm looking forward to hitting maybe a 55. Low 58 is really where I'm sitting at, so my PR. But I would like to get into 55 for my 400 race. That'll be times that I can get into maybe a D1 school as well. And for my 800 race, I'm looking at getting low 2 2 minute, low 2 minute, maybe 2:16. That would be great for me as well. Again, a PR. And then in my 4x4, I'd like to help my teammates and continue to help them get in some new records for the school. Put Waldorf on the map.
Are we going to see a nationals indoors or outdoors
Yes,
or
so
both?
that's a thing too. Everyone wants to, like, hey, you're getting first place, and that's always nice. But again, for me, it's the personal records that I really want to see out of myself.
What are your goals overall? You've got 4 years at Waldorf, so what are your goals for your time here at Waldorf?
Yeah, my goals are just to continue to better myself, learn more things about, the life here at college, because I just got through first semester and I'm just grateful for that. But the second semester and continuing on, just a lot of learning to go.
Well, congratulations on the season so far. I want to say thank you for joining us and good luck the rest of the season. Also want to say thank you again to Zach for joining us. Wish you both and the entire Warrior team good luck this weekend and the rest of the season. That's all we have for you tonight, Warrior fans. And while it's sort of a quiet week here on campus for athletic events, we do want to remind you your Warrior hockey team is in action at Albert Lee Ice Arena this Saturday and Sunday, hosting exhibition games against Somang's U20 team. And then coming up on Wednesday, the Warrior men's wrestling team hosts Northwestern at 7 o'clock at the Hanson Fieldhouse. Thank you once again to tonight's guests from the Waldorf track and field teams, Zach Morel and Hannah Perry. And as always, I want to send out a big thank you to the Waldorf Communication Department, the staff of Wall TV, our director on set, Anu, and our producer, Bella Ruiz, for all their help once again this week. Good night, and go Warriors.